Hello, welcome back to A Year of Miracles with Inner Bloom. We are on lesson 26. And the idea for today is my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. You see, this is something that you may not be willing to believe yet or able to believe yet, but in our very true nature, we are invulnerable. In our very true nature, we are whole. In our very true nature, we are infinite. But our attack thoughts make us feel vulnerable. They make us feel fear. They make us believe and deepen the belief in separation and fear. You believe that you can be attacked because you have attack thoughts. So what you believe you can do or believe you should do out in the world, you believe can be done to you as well. It's kind of like that mirror of reality. You are creating a sense of danger and vulnerability by continuing to entertain, and continuing to believe these thoughts of attack. There is a quote from the book, A Course in Miracles, and it says, "What would have effects through you must have effects on you," meaning what you're putting out through you, what you're creating through you, must also come to you, must also affect you. You won't see your own invulnerability if you continue to have attack thoughts. It's in letting go of attack thoughts. And it's not something that you like forcefully decide, oh, I'm not going to have attack thoughts anymore. It's something that you have to release. It's something that you have to start to let go. It's something that you get to start to unravel, which is what this exercise and lesson is teaching us. And it's when we do that we can see our true invulnerability. That's why right now you may not most likely believe when I say that at your true nature, you are invulnerable. You do see a world that is dangerous, that can attack you. And that's why you operate through the ego and through fear. Ultimately, what happens is that we always attack ourselves first. We always create fear and attack within us first before it happens or apparently happens, or we fear it happening in the outside world. So what we're doing is we're coming back home to truth. We're coming back home to peace. We're coming back home to love. And in order to do that, we must relinquish these attack thoughts. Your attack thoughts attack your perception of yourself. You believe your attack thoughts, and so you cannot believe in yourself. You start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt your power. You start to doubt your true nature. And then, of course, again, you fear being attacked by others, being attacked by the outside world. But only in truth, only your thoughts, and then, of course, the effects of your thoughts, because we have no neutral thoughts, can attack us. So only our thoughts can attack us. So the way that we're going to apply this today is we're going to repeat the idea. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. We're going to close our eyes and review our mind for unresolved questions whose outcome have a cause you concern. So anything that's going on that's unresolved, that's caused that the outcome that you're worried about, you fear the outcome, that you're afraid of the outcome. So what's going on within you right now in your reality, in your mind, where you're currently concerned about the outcome, have some sort of fear around what you think the outcome could be. And again, it's going to be kind of like one of the previous lessons, but we're only going to apply it to a few things, and really focus on the thing the few things that we're applying it to, instead of trying to apply the idea to many things. We're going to do this 6 times a day and spend 2 minutes on it. So you close your eyes, find that thing, and then you're going to say, for each thing that we're applying it to, I am concerned about blank, and then fill in the blank with the situation. And then you're going to name the possible outcomes. So you're going to say, I'm afraid blank will happen. I'm afraid blank will happen. I'm afraid blank will happen. And say every single outcome that you are concerned about, every single outcome that you think could happen, every single outcome that arises for you. Name them all. Do not make some worse or better. Do not differentiate between them. Everything that comes up for you, apply that to. So I'm afraid blank will happen. I'm afraid blank will happen. I'm afraid blank will happen. And then when you're done with that situation, say that thought is an attack on myself. So you'll have time to do it for maybe 1 or 2 things. And then when you complete your 2-minute exercise, you're going to just repeat the lesson, the idea. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. And one little thing, I have a note here to read you this highlighted section about the practice period, just to deepen what these situations and the outcomes might look like that you're applying this to. So the concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation. Any problems as yet unsettled that tends to reoccur in your thoughts during the day is suitable for the subject. Okay, and Sammy?
Thank you so much, Corina. So there's a few things that I want to talk about. I've just got examples here. But firstly, and again, I had to do a little bit more understanding of what this was because I wasn't sure. I didn't really understand what invulnerability meant. I was like, what does that mean? So I just want to clarify what that means. And I've got something written here. So in the context of A Course in Miracles, invulnerability refers to your true spiritual nature, which is eternal, unchanging, and cannot be harmed or attacked. Okay, so it's saying that you're not your body. We've spoken about this before. You're not your body. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. Your real self, your true nature cannot be harmed. So therefore, its illusions of vulnerability are created by the ego. The ego convinces us that we are vulnerable, subject to harm. People out there can hurt us, but the true nature of who we are cannot be touched. And I do remember saying this in a previous lesson with regards terrible things that have happened to us and trauma, that it is the identity, the ego, that is the only thing that can be harmed. There is an essence beyond your identity that cannot be touched and is always the only thing that is constant in this reality. And this is what it's trying to get us to strip back and to understand that any points of attack are actually coming from within us. It's basically like ourselves attacking ourselves for our greater purpose, to awaken us to this truth. Right. So again, we always say life is happening, like everything's happening for us. And it really it is. Like me and Corina having a conversation, I'm sure it was yesterday. It's like, you only judge because you're the judger. You only fear judgment, because you've judged. Right. And so we have to remember that all of this fear of people attacking us outside of us actually comes from either us attacking other people or us attacking ourselves. Yeah. We cannot experience that we can't experience that which we're not aware of. Does that make sense? Yeah. We can't experience something that we're not aware of. And so we fear judgment, criticism, because we're the ones that have done it ourselves, right? We know otherwise it just wouldn't exist. It wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
it wouldn't exist. So I want to give you some examples. again, judging someone else. So you're upset with a coworker who took credit for your idea during a meeting. How many of us have been there? They're selfish and don't care about me. I'll never trust them again. You again are reinforcing a belief that you need to defend yourself, or you're vulnerable to them taking something away from you. And that those feelings arise from fear. Those feelings arise from not recognizing your worth. Those feelings arise from needing other people to validate you, because you're not understanding, again, the true essence and nature of who you really are. Self-criticism, which I just spoke about. So you might have a thought of, I'm so stupid, I always mess things up. You're attacking yourself, which is reinforcing guilt and the illusion that you're not enough. Again, all of these attack thoughts are just illusions that the ego has created. And blaming circumstances. This is a good one. You're stuck in traffic and you think, this is ridiculous. People are so inconsiderate. I'm going to be late because of them. It's their fault. You're blaming others for your frustration, projecting your sense of powerlessness onto the situation. This reinforces the belief that external events can control your peace. But the only reason you would want to blame outside of you is because actually you're blaming yourself, because you're recognizing that maybe you leave things to the last minute, or why do I always have to rush, or why am I always late, or blah 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 blah. And that leaves an opening for then outside to then attack that vulnerability.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Sammy said, at our very true nature, we are whole, we are perfect, we are never broken, we are never stained, damaged, anything. And while, yes, our attack thoughts are creating this effect of fear of being attacked, or actual experiences of being attacked, also, when we are fully clear in knowing our true nature and the true wholeness behind the human, behind the body, the emotions, and the mind, we know that even if something like somebody insults us, or there is an attack, it never actually leaves any mark. It never actually harms our true being. It never actually makes it broken. It never actually leaves it less whole. It never actually, and even, which, because we're doing this, I know for the audience, there's a wide variety of audience, but because the Course in Miracles is what it is, and this is based on the Course in Miracles, I feel like I can add this here. We get to ultimately realize that we are not the body. And so even if the body were to experience pain, even if it were to perish, you don't die. You don't die. You at your true nature is eternal. It doesn't die. It doesn't go anywhere. It just no longer has a body. It's no longer experiencing the body experience. So when you fully see that, and we're not asking you to see that right now here in this lesson, but ultimately when you get to the point where you can see that clearly, even if something were to arise that you would have identified in the past as an attack, it no longer it's no longer perceived as an attack, because you are no longer, you know that you are not harmed, because you no longer identify with what you used to believe that you were, the temporary identities of the human.
Yeah, that was a great ad. Thank you, Corina.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to A Year of Miracles with Inner Bloom. We are on lesson 26, and the idea for today is my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. So we only believe that we are invulnerable. No, that's not what I meant to say.
Maybe the time. Oh.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. What?
I said maybe the time's putting pressure on you. So do you want to go to another one?
Yeah, let's go to another one.
That's okay.